Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Ethan or Miist, and welcome to our first franchise series on NHL 21, which I am very excited to bring to you. So let's get right into it. We are going to be hopping in with this expansion team called the Moncton Miist. Now I am from Moncton, Moncton, New Brunswick, so that's why. Plus the M and the M for Moncton and Miist. Obviously, I am Miist. It all works out, right? And as well, we have the Wildcats as our affiliate team. Unfortunately, we can't use the Wildcats logo, so that's just kind of the best we got. And as well, there's no real ice or snow or for anything type of mist. So we just went for this unicorn, and I went for some pretty unique colors of purple and a light blue. So I hope you guys like it. I will show you guys the jerseys eventually, probably in the next episode, but we're gonna hop into this. We're doing an expansion draft, and I am hyped because I've been eagerly getting ready for this series and for multiple series to start this year because I just want to do a bunch of friggin' series, a bunch of franchise modes. I just love franchise modes so much, and I really want to get back into it because I wasn't really into it as much last year. I really hated the addition of Fog of War, which I believe was last year, if not NHL 19. Either way, I really don't like Fog of War, and Fog of War is off for this. As well, injuries are off for this. I really hate playing with injuries, but if you guys want, I can, of course, turn the injuries on. Just let me know. And as well, obviously, we are technically in the 2019 year right now for this series. Unfortunately, it's the best EA can do, I guess. And we can't be heading into the 2020-2021 season with Tampa obviously winning the most recent cup. What can you do? But let's advance to the expansion draft. Well, I figured I'd take a moment to welcome you to the Moncton Miist franchise. You have your plate full with the upcoming expansion draft, but I'll touch base again in a few days after the draft itself, after I get a sense of who the other teams are going to make available. Sounds like a plan. Obviously, 81.5 million, and Ottawa moves up to first from San Jose's pick. Buffalo from 8 to second. Winnipeg from 10 to 3. That's huge. And we moved from third to sixth, so not an ideal placing there. Although, what can you do? All right. So, Moncton picking sixth overall. The expansion draft is on the way. I have a few players in mind of who I want to pick, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I don't even know if these players are going to be available. But here we go, guys. It's time. We've got 30 teams. Let's start choosing players. I think we'll just go in order, and we'll start here in Anaheim. So, checking out these players immediately. This is the player I wanted from Anaheim. It is Brendan Gooley, the 80 overall left-handed defenseman at 22 years old on his ELC. That's really just a huge player for us. So, Brendan Gooley will be the first player to join the Moncton Miist. Welcome, my good sir. Now on to the Arizona Coyotes, which, I mean, it's pretty clear who you go for. If not, you either go for Lawson Krause or you go for Antti Ranta. Now, I'm going to go for Ranta. But for me, I don't know why. I've been using Ranta, and I've seen Ranta in franchise this year. He hasn't been great. We'll see what happens, but we are gonna go for Antti Ranta here. And moving on to Boston now. Again, another player, or the other player I was looking forward to grabbing is Jake DeBrusk here, who obviously, pretty self-explanatory. Brandon Carlo is an option for sure. As well as Andre Kasha. Maybe it would be smarter going for Kasha, even though he's overall lower than DeBrusk and a year younger, or a year older, sorry. He isn't on that last year of his ELC, and we won't have to re-sign him immediately. But I think DeBrusk is probably the ideal shout. Now let's go to Buffalo. As for Buffalo, I'm not too sure who I want to grab here. I wouldn't mind taking Gergensons, except for the term on that contract is just awful. Curtis Lazar, no. about goalies? I think Hudden. Yeah, Hudden's available, but again, not a great goalie. Jonas Johansson, though, actually isn't that bad, but I don't know if I want him to be one of my three goalies or not. So for now, I'm thinking Eric Stahl. He'll probably be our highest overall player as well. Decent contract, and say we aren't making the playoffs, we can definitely trade him away, and that's an easy second or third round pick. So now on to Calgary. I'm just looking at my phone to see if I wrote these or if I have players down from each team, which I do not have one down from the Calgary Flames. Now, I'm not sure who to pick here, actually. I'm thinking Shillington is probably the shout. Pretty good defenseman, obviously, but I'm also kind of tempted by Matthew Phillips just because, that's a good AHL player. As for the goaltending, let's see. Big Save Dave. That's an option as well. There's a couple of options here on Calgary. I don't know. I think we'll go with Shillington. That's probably the most ideal, but I can't. If we looked at this, say we were Seattle, Shillington probably wouldn't be here, wouldn't be available. Mangiapane probably would be, though. I don't know. I feel like Phillips. I think I'm going to go with Matthew Phillips for now. I think, yeah. So Brady Shea now as well. Seems like the ideal shout, but I think I'm actually going to go for Brett Pesce instead. Brett Pesce's a beast. His stats, I don't know how accurate they really are. He is a great defenseman, but he can put up a decent amount of points. So Brett Pesce's definitely the pick there. David Kampf immediately gets my attention. Quenneville as well. I know he could be a good AHLer for us. Victor Edgestill as well, and Matthew Highmore, to be fair. What about goaltending here in Chicago? Colin Delia maybe is an option. I'm kind of feeling David Kampf or Quenneville. I might go Matthew Highmore, actually, just because he's the youngest of those three. Yeah, he's also a decent overall at 75, so that's another AHLer for us, which will help. And Devon Taves, I'm absolutely taking. Valerina Chushin should be a higher overall, should not be a sniper, and should have much better defensive stats. Just going to put that out there, EA. There are a few players I edited. It's really hard to edit some of these players, especially because of the defensive issue right now in the game where, you could click on David Savard and it would say he's an 81, but actually it shows up as an 82 overall. It's just a weird glitch that's currently only on goalies. I don't know why it's happening, but it's pretty shitty. Now, let's see. So, Atkinson or Nyquist, I think, is the shout here. Now, Atkinson, I've seen Sim pretty well. He can pretty much put 50 to 60 points a year. I really have no idea about Nyquist, though. I don't know how well he sims. Let's take a look at his stats. Obviously, he's the actually, Cam Atkinson is faster, which is surprising to me. That doesn't really seem right. Their stats are almost identical. I don't really think there's a loss here. Atkinson's a little bit better defensively. They were both steals out of the 2008 draft. I don't know. I don't really see much of a downside to either of them. But I think I'm going to go with Nyquist because he's on a cheaper deal as well. It's not as long. Plus, he is younger, and they're the same overall. So we're going to go with Goose. Gustav Nyquist, welcome to the team. Rupe Hintz, not even going to check for Khudobin. I'm sure Khudobin's there, but absolutely, Rupe Hintz is the shout. That's a great pickup. Now here on Detroit, a lot of bad players. I might go with Joe Hicketts because he probably has the best upside. Jonathan Bernier, actually isn't a bad idea. He'd be a good backup goalie. Um, Actually, that's not a bad idea, but I think for now I'm gonna go for Joe Hicketts. Obviously, I could go for Stetcher, but I think I'll have better defensemen to choose from here soon. So I'm gonna, for now, not go for Stetcher. See, this is what I mean about better defensemen. I'm not gonna grab Tyson Barrie though, or Adam Larson. I'm gonna go for Ethan Bear. I think Ethan Bear is probably just the smartest choice here. Obviously, he'll have to be re-signed as well, but 82 overall at 22 years old is a pretty fantastic defenseman. He seems so right as far as I've seen. Now here in Florida, who shall I pick? I don't know. I believe Montebeau normally is here. Yes, he is. I mean, if he was like a medium starter, he would be sick. I'm still going to take him. He'll probably be our backup goalie. Medium French isn't great, of course, but I don't think that's a bad pick at all. So, nice. Austin Wagner is really young and is very tempting, but kind of want to go for Amadio. He's a year older than Matt Luff, but his potential is better, which means he probably has more room to grow. So I think I'm going to go for Mike Amadio with the top 9 overall, the top 9 forward potential. Jonas Brodin is a good defenseman, which I actually kind of like the idea of that. 83 overall, he's only on a 2-year deal. Jonas Brodin actually looks like a good choice. I was thinking I was thinking I was going to go for Johansson or Bonino, but I think I might actually go for Brodin right now. If I need to get rid of a defenseman, I'll probably go back to them. Oh my god, this contract is so bad. Oh, unbelievable, man. Like, what a terrible contract. Who do I even want to take from Noah Juleson? Not a bad idea at all. Who else is here? I'm trying to think. I don't even know who I would take here. I mean, Lehkonen isn't a bad idea, obviously. Byron, kind of too long of a contract. He should have better skating stats, though. Charlie Hudon isn't a bad option, but I think I'm going to go for Noah Juleson. Probably the biggest upside out of anyone there over in Montreal. Ooh, no Matthias Ekholm, which is very surprising, because that was going to be the player I was hoping to build this team around for at least the first couple of years. So that really kind of throws a wrench in my plans, and that's quite surprising. They saved Pecorine over UC Saros. Oof. Well, this really changes things for me. I've never not seen Ekholm there, but I did upgrade Ekholm a little bit. I did boost him overall higher, I think it was. And I mean, looking at Nashville now, I don't even know who I'd want to choose. Like, Saros just seems like the best idea. Maybe Yakov Trenin. But, like, I mean, Calle Yarncroc is alright. But UC Saros, I think I literally have to go for UC Saros here. Obviously, 84, 25 years old. He's on a 2-year deal, so yeah. I mean, like I said, I definitely expected to see Matthias Ekholm there, and it's very surprising to me that he's not. Jesper Bratt, 100%. I just love Bratt. He's honestly just one of my favorite players, and I don't even know why. He's kind of just one of those players you just like for no reason, for me at least. Now, I'm thinking I definitely need to get a decent cap hit here, and obviously the first 4 players are decent cap hits. I love Anders Lee, but I really don't care for that contract. I don't really care for Eberle. I also don't really care for that contract. Bailey is the highest overall. I mean, he's 30, but he's on the best contract, and I'm absolutely just not taking Johnny Boychuk's contract. Is there even a prospect here? that would be worth my time. I mean, maybe Hosang, but even then, he's still not that great. There isn't a goalie. So, absolutely, I will be going with Josh Bailey. I think he just is the best option there and tied for our highest overall player now. Ryan Strome is probably the choice here as well. Unless there's, I was going to say, love Keith Kincaid. Yeah, that's Keith Kincaid right there. Hello, Joel Lundqvist. Good game, EA. Good game. Yeah, there's really just Tyroning. What a legend. For all you X-Tech fans out there, you know who Tyroning is. We're going to go for Ryan Strome. Ryan Strome, honestly, very quietly had a tremendous year last year. I just want to show you guys the stats really quickly, because I believe they are in the game. Yeah, 18 and 40 in 70 games. Not bad at all. So, oh man, I could really feel a sneeze coming on, but it's just not. I was expecting to sneeze. I can feel it, like, oh god. Alright. Oh my god, I look so high, Jesus. Alright, on to the Ottawa Senators now. Who do I want to take? I mean, I wouldn't mind taking Connor Brown. Don't really care for the term of that contract, though. Rudolph Balcers is probably the choice here. Yeah, probably. I'm thinking Rudolph Balcers. I love that man. It's just such a sick name. Alright, on to Philadelphia now. Eric Gustafson is a good option. I mean, so is JVR, to be fair, but I don't know how I feel about that. Phil Myers, not a bad choice either, although I've just never seen him grow. I don't know if I really want to grab him or not. I mean, Isaac Ratcliffe, actually, that might be who I'm taking here. That's a lot of value, and he could be a decent player for us. I think I'm definitely going Isaac Ratcliffe there. That's huge. I'm surprised he's even there. I didn't think he would be, but alright. Now on to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Cannot believe they signed Cody Ceci. Zach Aston Reese might be the shout. I like Zach Aston Reese. What about the goalies here in Pittsburgh? Let's see. Tristan Jarry's actually the one. I'm surprised it's not Casey DeSmith, considering Jarry's better and younger. But I also can't take another goalie, so yeah, I don't really know who to go here. I'm thinking a forward if possible. Teddy Bluger or Zach Aston Reese. I mean, they're both on a 2-year deal. Although Bluger's better. They're the same age. But Bluger is cheaper and is the higher overall, so we're just going to go for Teddy Bluger. And now on to San Jose. Brent Burns is there. I really don't want that contract, though. Ooh, Ryan Donato or Dylan Gambrell. That's who it's between here, I think. I don't really think I want to go for or anyone else. I don't want Burns' contract. That's just so awful. That's actually very interesting. There's actually a decent amount of prospects here, too. Ivan Chekovich is here. And so is Sasha Chmielewski, I believe it is pronounced. Alex True as well. Nicholas Milosh. Jonathan Deline. There's actually a lot of decent prospects here on San Jose. Dylan Gambrell, though, or Ryan Donato. Obviously, either of them can really play in the NHL. They're both on 2-year deals. You know what? Out of recency bias, I was just doing a franchise mode before I started recording this. Ryan Donato seemed to get pretty good, so I am going to go for Ryan Donato. Hopefully not a bad choice. Now on to St. Louis. David Perron is there. Colton Parayko as well. I mean, Perron would be nice, but I think I might go for Parayko. Unless there's someone else that really... Sammy Blaze, I mean, not a bad choice. I don't know. I think I'm going to go... Nathan Walker, what a legend. I think I'm going to go for one of those first two players, of Perron or Parayko, though. Who is the question? I'm thinking more, or I'm leaning more towards Parayko just because of how young he is. So let's go for Parayko. Now on to Tampa. And I was going to say, if Cirelli's not here, I'm pissed. I did boost Cirelli's potential. I honestly didn't expect him to still be saved, though. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Anthony Cirelli is absolutely going to be on this team. Now to Toronto. TJ Brody's there. Joe Thornton's there, obviously. Travis Dermott is there. I don't really know what direction I want to go here. Here in Toronto. Adam Brooks, not a bad option. Is Campbell there? No, well, Dell and Campbell are there actually, but again, I can't even pick a goalie right now. I feel like Travis Dermott is just like the ideal choice here. I don't mind Brody. I think he should be a bit of a higher overall. I probably should have raised his overall a little bit, to be fair. But I just don't really like the contract for what his overall is. So let's grab Dermott. I think that's the show. Now on to Vancouver. Zach McEwen is probably the option here. Yeah, I'm going for Zach McEwen. Don't really see much debate in that pick, to be fair. Now to Washington. Justin Schultz is an interesting option, I must say. Daniel Sprong is there. Daniel Sprong is an interesting one as well. Lucas Johansson as well. What the hell? I'm definitely going for Lucas Johansson, though. He's the youngest out of all those options that I was pretty enticed by. So, Jack Roslovic is there. I mean, I really do want to take him, but I feel like Winnipeg will protect him come Seattle. So I'm not going to go for him, and I'm going to go for Adam Lowry. There's debate, obviously, going for Roslovic, but I'm going to go for Adam Lowry. I do love Lowry as well, to be fair. So I think that's it, guys. That is what our team will probably look like. A few left wings, a lot of centers, one right wing, 10 defensemen, and 3 goalies. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's it. So let's finish the draft, and there we go. That's the Moncton Miist team. Here is a look at it right now. Don't know how good it'll be. I don't know if we'll be contending for any playoff spot here in the first year. Now, let's do some draft interviews, because I find this is the only way you can actually get any information on prospects. I don't know if it's a glitch in the game. I don't know if I am doing something wrong, but every single time I've gone into a draft, I have just had absolutely no one, literally no one, no potentials shown up, no range of when they are going to be ready for the NHL. Like, just no one is scouted, and I don't know why. So the best way that I've found doing this is actually using these 3 draft interviews and to do the pick before your expected pick, and the pick after your expected pick, to do this. And then what I always do is, firstly, I go to skills and I ask them what their weaknesses is, because I would like to know. And then I go to play style and I ask them both questions under play style. So what I do is I'll ask them what their actual play style is. Andrei Voloshenko will say, my shot is my best asset and I like to use it as much as possible. I'll put the puck in the net for you. And then I ask their readiness, because I would like to know how ready they are for the NHL. So even if you guys don't do the whole interview and just do the readiness, I think it's huge. So he is a few years away from competing for the NHL by the looks of things. So, Andrei Voloshenko is an option. But let's get into the next two interviews. You only have three interviews. His physicality is his weakness, looking like he could be a medium elite. And it did say that he was 2 years out, which isn't that bad, to be fair. So let's just zoom through these. Nikita Denisov. I didn't mean to do his strengths, but I mean, you could do strengths or weaknesses. It doesn't really matter. Maybe strengths is probably the better one, just so you actually know. I am faster than most and can accelerate quickly. So he's got fantastic skating by the looks of things. Let's head over to the play style and see what Nikita Denisov has to offer for us if we do want to pick him. I think I excel in making passes and using my vision. So he's a playmaker by the looks of things. And let's see his NHL readiness. I need at least a few seasons before I really hit my stride to be competitive in the NHL. All right, so looking like he's 3 to 4 years out, which isn't ideal. But I don't really know who we're going to pick. It depends on how things go anyways. Yeah, he's looking to be a medium top 6, so Voloshenko might be the choice so far. We'll see. Moises Heatley, or Moses, is it Moises? I feel like it's Moses. We're gonna go for Moses. Moses Heatley. He has very good skating as well, so looks like we could definitely get someone with good skating if we want to. But let's check out the readiness of Heatley, son of Danny Heatley. We'll say. I know it's not, but good passing. So Heatley and Denisov, I believe it was, seem to be very similar players. So either one, I guess you can't really go wrong. But let's end the conversation here and let's see where we are at now. So there we go. 3 years out, playmaker and good skating. Once again, like I said. So there are your three interviews. Like I said, Voloshenko seems to do the best so far. Don't even know if he'll be on the board for us, though, come draft time. So now, let's head into the draft. I did not mean to do that. Let's head into the draft, and we'll see how this goes. So, Pro Scout on the line. Let's edit our trade block. I'm gonna take off all of our draft picks. I'm not gonna add anyone to the trade block for now. I don't think I need to. I gotta say, I really enjoy the colors of this team. I think it looks really cool in the main menu. Obviously, like I said, we are picking number 6, which kind of sucks. But hopefully we can get something. I mean, Winnipeg obviously has their pick here, number 3, which we could definitely try to trade up for. Obviously, using our 6th overall selection. That would just have to be in the pick or in the trade. It almost looks like I could do that one for one. I was gonna say if that works, then that's awesome, but I didn't expect it to. I mean, this is something we can look for or we can look into. Let's check out. Let's just see what this team might look like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got enough forwards to make a decent team. As for defensemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we actually have probably too many defensemen. And I'm almost tempted to trade away Devon Taves. So let's see, what do we got here? So we got a righty in Parayko, a lefty in Brodin, a righty in Pesce, a lefty in Dermott, a righty in Bear, a lefty in Taves, and a lefty in Gooley. I would like Gooley on this team in the NHL. So Devon Taves might actually be on the way to Winnipeg. I mean, is there any way I could get both picks? Probably not. I don't even know who else I could add to this, though, honestly. I mean, maybe we could add Ranta. Not that they need a goalie, so that just wouldn't make any sense. That would be cheesing it hard. I would add our second. We'd have to. And there's just no way that's going through. Yeah, absolutely not. Is there a forward that we can add to this that I wouldn't mind adding, I should say? Someone with a decent amount of value. I mean, DeBrusque. DeBrusque is one I wouldn't necessarily mind moving off from, and I feel like that could go through. Do we make a huge splash right now and get picks number 1 and number 6? I mean, this helps Winnipeg. Like, looking at Winnipeg, they don't really need the forward help, obviously, but defensively, they need the help. Like, Derek Forbort is playing in their top 4. So defensively, that 100% makes sense. I'm almost tempted to take DeBrusque out and put in like Dermott as well, and maybe I can sign a defenseman. That would make even more sense, really. What are the odds we do that instead? Devon Toews, our second round pick in this draft, and Travis Dermott to the Winnipeg Jets for the 3rd overall selection. Trade rejected. All right. We could add another draft pick. I don't want to cheese the system too hard, but I don't know. I'll add our 3rd round pick in next year's draft. So let's see if we can make a splash here and get the 3rd overall selection. Trade rejected, really. You know what? I mean, I don't think it's happening. We'll have to add in our pick. There's just no way we can do that without getting, or without adding our pick in, without really cheesing the system. I am still going to give them Devon Toews, which that 100% would go through. So I'm going to see if I can take someone back. Can I take Ville Heinola? I mean, there's no way. That's a top defensive prospect for them. Is there a forward they wouldn't mind getting rid of? Let's see. Actually, let's just sort it by skaters matching the block. Ville Heinola, Logan Stanley, Cole Perfetti would be awesome, but that's just not happening. Nikkanen, oh man, Detroit or Ottawa's picking. Sorry. Wait, let me go back into it. All right, let's start this over, I guess. Let's add our 6th overall selection in the draft, and let's go to our defenseman and add Devon Toews. All right. Now on to Winnipeg. Let's see what I can get. Maybe I can check a goalie. Eric Comrie wouldn't be a bad option. But maybe just taking another draft pick is the best idea for us. Our 6th overall to move up to the 3rd overall position in exchange. Our 6th overall pick in the first year draft with Devon Toews for a 3rd overall selection and a 2021 second. Trade rejected. Damn. All right. I was kind of hoping that was gonna go through. I mean, I feel if I add their 3rd, 100% that will go through. So again, maybe that's the shout. So Moncton Miist, 6th overall pick, and Devon Toews for the Winnipeg Jets, 3rd overall selection, and a 2021 3rd round pick. Trade rejected. There's no way. There's actually no way. You know what? If this goes through, I think that just has to happen. No, no way. I am not adding a draft pick to that. No way I have to give up my 6th and Toews and something else. What? Man, that's actually unreal. I did not expect that. I mean, it's a 6 to a 3rd. Obviously, it's gonna have a lot of value, but it's a 3rd. It's not the 1st. Like, do I want to do this? I think I do. No. No, I don't think I do. I'm gonna keep Devon Toews for now. I'm going to sim to our pick. We're not going to trade up. We're just going to go with what we got. So Barch went second. Oof. Oh, if we had gone for Rintoul, that would have been sick. But if I had picked Wilford or Barch, I would have been pretty upset. Rintoul, though, a beast. What a steal, really, from Detroit. So now on to our selection at the 6th overall. And, of course, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Voloshenko was selected, and he was decent. Medium, elite, 68 overall. So now we go with Denisov or Heatley. I mean, we could go for someone else here, but I don't know who I'd even go for. So Denisov, I believe, was what, 2 years out? Oh, he's 3 years out. I mean, like I said, these two are pretty much identical, so I'm just gonna go for Nikita Denisov. Medium, top 6, 64 overall, and Heatley, literally, they're the exact same. They are just carbon copies of one another. Stats, pretty similar. Looks like Denisov is a little bit more of a two-way player, while Heatley's more offensive. These stats are pretty much identical, though. There's really no difference. All right, so now let's move on. Well, I wish I could see how good anyone in this draft is. I was going to say maybe sim down into the first round to see if there's someone I would like to get, but I don't even know. Like, I literally don't even know. I don't know. We're just going to sim to our next pick, which is the 3rd overall selection in the 2nd round. Igor Chibrikov, I don't know if he's any good, so I'm going to go for Yuka Salminen, just because he doesn't have a picture, and a low top 6 isn't too bad, actually. So getting some good forward prospects here. Jackson Bellamy, I don't know if he's any good. I'm going to go for Brandon Stevenson, though. Right-handed defenseman, a low top 6 defenseman. Not a great selection there, but on to our 4th round pick now. Let's see, Zachary Acker. Might go for a goalie here. Taylor Gauthier is real. I don't know if Nikolai Kulsinick is, but we're going to go for Nikolai. A medium fringe. Not bad, I guess, but nothing great so far, obviously. Michael Bianchini, what a legend. Dylan Robinson, Gerard Keane, and now we're just into real players. Cole Stewart, fun fact, I went to Bernice McNaughton High School, and he went to Harrison Trimble High School, but I actually do know who he is, so we're going to go for Cole. I've talked to him a couple of times. He actually is a nice guy, so we'll go with Cole. I do know a couple of players on the Wildcats and on the Sea Dogs. If any of you guys are familiar with the Stewart cousins on the Moncton Wildcats, as well as I had physics with Jeremy McKenna and Jacob Hudson as well. I had math with Hudson and Jordan Spence, who was a LA King. And Jacob Pelletier also played for the Cats. Me and Jacob Stewart are really good friends, actually. I don't know, it's pretty cool. Ada McIntosh, who plays for the Sea Dogs, we went to middle school together, and he switched schools in high school, but also was at our school whenever he was home. So that was our first draft of this series, and this is a long video. Let's hope to get the re-sign phase done here quickly, because I don't want to just strangle you guys with a really long video. So let's just go to our all expiring, and we'll sort it by forwards first. So Ryan Strome would like to resign, which is good to hear. I mean, hasn't even played a game. He already has faith in this team, so that's good. We're going to go for $4.5 million over 4 years, and we'll see if he accepts that. Anthony Cirelli is going to be a huge player for us, I think. Gonna try for the 5 years. Pretty much give the exact same deal I just gave to Ryan Strome, sorry. Yeah, 4.5 for 5 though for Anthony Cirelli. Now on to Jake DeBrusk. Let's see. He wants a decent amount of money as well. I'm gonna see if I can lower it a little bit though. 3 by 3 5. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking for DeBrusk. All right, now on to Rupe Hintz, again could be a huge player for us. I'm gonna go for 3.75 over the next 5. He doesn't want 5 years, so we're just gonna give him the 5 years. I mean, I'm okay with that. It's not a lot of money. It is a decent amount of term though, so yeah, it's a little sketchy. Jesper Bratt, I'm going for 3 years at 1.8. It's not a lot of money for him at all. Belsers, I'm gonna sign him to, well, I can get him for a decent amount on a 2-way deal, so I'm just gonna go for that. Bring him up to the end of his RFA tendership, I believe. Ethan Bear, that's a decent amount of money actually. I'm gonna go for 3 years for Bear. I'm gonna lower it to 3.3 in hopes he'll accept that. And Devon Taves, that's a decent amount of money as well. All right, a lot of money we're giving out currently. You kind of expect that though. But we also had a lot of money, so hopefully it won't come back to bite us in the ass. So Moncton, I'm just going to give him a 2-year deal at $900K. It's not a 2-way, so it will actually affect us. Let's see. DeBrusk renews, Taves renews, Hintz, Bear, Moncton, Bratt, all renew. Strome rejects. But Belsers, Cirelli, renew. Man, I love the colors of this team. It looks awesome. Alright, so Ryan Strome. I mean, 4.5 was a little bit too little, I guess. That's a lot of money for an 84, but, you know, he's a pretty decent player, so I'm going to go 4.6 for 4. We'll see if he likes that any more than the 4.5. Rejects again. I would like to have him on here. Ryan Strome sims incredibly in this game from what I've seen so far. So 4 by 4.75. Will that? No, did not mean to do that. Will he accept that? He will. Alright, so everyone was re-signed. Now, I can sign some players that we drafted, but I don't think I want to yet. I think I want to wait till later on. I mean, not that their ELC would hurt us at all, but I mean, our best player right now is 64 at 18, which really sucks, to be honest. That's our best prospect, so yeah, we're gonna need to either tank or hit the playoffs hard, whichever one comes first, really, I guess. Edit the trade block, yes I will. Let's take off Stahl, Nyquist, Bailey, the 3rd and the 4th. I'm not going to add anyone to our trade block just yet. Now, I believe I checked, and yeah, we're listed as a seller. We aren't listed to be a great team, of course, obviously, but let's just see. I believe we are good for skaters. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I could sign another forward because McEwen can obviously play in the NHL. Maybe I might. He is listed as a 4th liner. I might not actually sign a forward then, or at least NHL caliber forward. And we really just have too many defensemen. Ooh, I'm probably gonna wait till the preseason to figure that one out. I don't know what I will do because I don't want Gooley in the AHL, and obviously someone is gonna have to go, and I don't know who it's gonna be just yet. Alright, let's Let's go to free agency and let's see who's here. Unless there's someone massive that I like just absolutely want to sign. Mikhail Sergachev and Anthony Mantha. That would be nice, but those are RFAs that I don't want to send. Wow, yeah. I mean, that is much better for Sergachev, but I'm not cheesing the system like that and just giving him a 1-year deal. Let's just see. I'm just going to sort it by potential and just sign some AHLers. Let's go for, let's see, who wants two ways? Jeremy Bracco, who's actually supposed to be on Carolina, I believe. I did not change him. Obviously, 8 teams are interested in him. He's he's gonna be a pretty big part to whichever team he goes to. Victor Edgecell, though, I will sign. I'm just gonna go through some of these players and see who I can sign. Jonathan Deline. I'm gonna probably sign 10 forwards and like 6 defensemen. That's probably the shout. Jeremy Waugh. That's actually sick. I'm gonna just give. I'm gonna give him a max deal for 2 years, hoping he comes over here to Moncton. I'm gonna go for Vili Saariarvi. I believe that is. Yeah, it is. I'll just give him whatever he wants. I'm not too worried about it. Emily Rassinen. Not a bad choice as well. I'm gonna give him a little bit more than what he wants. So what is that? That's 3 defensemen and 3 forwards. So let's just sort it by forwards now, or 2 forwards. Sorry. Sheldon Rampal, Kevin Stenlund, who's actually a high AHLer. I think I will sign him. And I'm just trying to see if there's any that actually has a decent overall. I believe this is Luke. Oh, Liam Howell, sorry. I'm going to sign him, though. He just found he was always in free agency as a decent AHLer you could sign in NHL 20. So let's pick him up here as well. Rem Pitlick. You know what? That's another good AHLer. I will sign him. He's an RFA, which means I'm sure Nashville will be able to re-sign him, but obviously I don't have to give up a pick for that, so I'll send out the deal anyways. Let's go for Bittner. See, he wants a lot of money for 2 years. All right, I'll just give him what he wants. It's not too big of a deal. AJ Greer wants a decent amount of money for the 2 years as well. How many? I've sent out a decent amount of contracts now. Let's go for Militic. I'll just give him what he wants. It's not too big of a deal. Nick Baptiste, maybe. Forsbacka Carlson. I don't know if he still sims great, but I don't know if you guys have ever used him before. He's an RFA. I'm not going to be able to get him. Rough. I'm going to make sure I sign an extra 2 forwards here. Alex Fortin is crazy. I'm surprised he's here. He's an RFA, though. All right, let's go under. I would like. Can I? I wish I could sort it by 2 ways that are UFAs. All right, let's see who's not an RFA. Wait, Forte isn't an RFA. Oh, okay. I'm just an idiot. Never mind. Alex Fortin. We'll sign him. Maximilian Kammerer. I am signing him. Absolute German legend. All right, so that should be good for forwards. Now let's go to defensemen, and let's see who we can add to this team. Some 19-year-olds. I'm gonna sign. Yeah, I'll sign Lundqvist and Fairbrother probably. I believe it is. Yeah, Fairbrother. Yeah. Don't know who that is. Giovanni Fairbrother though is the man's name. Now I need a higher overall defenseman to help the D-core out in the AHL. So we'll go over for Nyberg. And we'll go for Andrew Nielsen. I believe it's Andrew. Yep. And then we'll do one more in Kyle Wood. And that should be, well, yeah, no, that should be fine for defensemen. But I do need to make sure I sign a goalie. Sogard is there. That's actually really big. Matt Sogard. I'm just going to give him an ELC deal, really, because he's a medium starter. And automatically he's our best goalie, potential wise at least. I'm also going to sign, I think it's Colton Ellis. Yeah, we'll just sign him to whatever he wants. And there we go. So we just sent out a lot of contracts. And let's just see who signs with us. And, alright, Eric Stahl for a second and a third. I don't really plan on trading Stahl unless we're doing bad. Then I'll trade him at the deadline. So Kammer accepts. Howell accepts. Ellis, Fairbrother, Sogard, Lundqvist, Rasanen. Okay, Dallin went to Columbus. I mean, whatever. It's fine. Should still be fine anyways. Stenlund, DeGreer, Bittner. I'll accept Rem Pitlick though. Stays with Nashville. Fortin accepts. Raw, Nielsen, Militic, Wood, Nyberg, Edgell. Forsbacka Carlson did accept the offer, but Boston will, I'm sure, match the offer. It's not going to affect their cap at all. Sorry, Yarvi accepts as well, and I think that was everyone, maybe? Yeah, Forsbacka Carlson will go back to Boston. So, that was the first part of this series, guys. We will sim to the next season. We won't do any simming or anything. That'll be the end of this episode here. So let me know if you guys are excited for this. Let me know how you guys like the team so far. Hopefully it's a good one. I'm excited to see how things pan out. Obviously we got plenty of time to do so. So let me know what you guys thought of this first episode. All these episodes won't be this long for sure. And here we are. Alright, so I'm just going to set the captains real quick. I'm not going to name a captain. I'm going to have 3 A's. And it's going to be Stahl, Bailey, and probably Parayko. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to have 3 A's for now. I'm not going to name our first captain just yet. Don't know who it's going to be, but probably not going to be anyone on the team as of right now. So, like I said, guys, that will be it for this episode. We are listed as a seller. And tune in for the next one to see how the first year of simulation goes. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.